Hey, what's up everybody? Will Mosby here, back with yet another video, and in this video I'm going to show you how to grout a PVC-like, tile-like, PVC product that's tile-like, something like that. A PVC panel product that's like tile. You grout it just like tile, and I'm going to show you how to grout this backsplash and the shower surround. Let's go. Alright, so before I get into showing you how to grout the tile, it's really not tile. What it is, and that's really what I want to talk about first before we get going here, is it is a PVC panel system from Six3 Tile. I'll leave a link in the description. But this is a PVC panel system. It comes in about 36-inch widths, and this is the actual one that I chose to put in the shower. And you can see behind me, this is the one that I chose to do for the backsplash. It's got a little bit of shiny, high gloss. The reason I went with this type of product, one, it's going to save me a ton of time. It only took us to install both the shower and the backsplash. It only took us about 4 hours to do that. I was with the owner of the company that was doing it here. So Cal, thank you very much for doing that and for helping me out. Great product. Can't say enough great things about it. And easy to use. And that's what I'm here to talk about. Is these things kind of come together as a tongue and groove. Now this has the tongue side. And I don't have any extra pieces here that have the groove side, but basically what you're going to do is they're going to snap together right there on the wall. So you're going to put the tongue side up and work from your good side on the bottom, tongue side up, and just come in and snap them together. It's literally that easy. You'll glue the back side, so you're going to use some adhesive. What I used is Power Grab, heavy duty, Loctite adhesive, and you're just going to cover all four corners, all four sides first, and then just run, your figure down here, down through the middle, and be liberal with it. You're going to be liberal with it, and that's going to work just fine. And then you just kind of put it up in place, and there you go. Now in the shower, you definitely had to get your measurements, and that first panel is going to really set the stage for the rest of the thing. So we had to figure out which wall is most plumb, and part of the base which was most plumb. This is in a tiny house, so the trailer is pretty level but not perfect, so we wanted that thing to be absolutely perfect. So we worked off of the back wall first. As you can see behind me there, we worked off of that back wall because that was the most level and most plumb wall that we could find. So that's the one we started with, and we started on the bottom and just worked our way up, cutting holes out for shower head and the on-off, okay? What do you call that thing? I don't even know what you call it. Anyway, and then in here, in the kitchen, this you can see is a hexagonal piece, 4-inch hexagonal. And this is in black emerald. It's got a little bit of green hue to it, and it looks really cool. As you can see, it's got a great tone to it. We're gonna install I'm gonna be grouting with a silver. A warm gray is actually what it's called. It's from Mapi, but it is a warm gray, and I'll show you how to do all that in just a second. But this product is fantastic, and it comes like that. And they're going to connect. This is the piece right here, right? And they're just going to connect at the hexes. And then when you get over here to, the window, what I did was I just took a whole gob of measurements and made a template. That is the best thing to do. Now you're seeing on the other side here, you're seeing where we had to cut out for the receptacles and the switch. But this is this side right here. Boom, fits perfect. And I recommend making you a perfect template so that you can transfer that onto your piece and cut out exactly what you want to take out. Check it multiple times before doing this. I had a professional working with me. I had the owner of the company working with me, and we still messed up one time. So so it happens, right? It's going to happen. So I want you to really take your time and make sure you know which way to flip it and all that. You'll figure it out. All right. But back to this Six3 Tile PVC panel system. I can't say enough great things about it. So easy. Saves in weight, saves in time, may even save you some money. Okay, there you go. Now let's get into grouting this thing. You know, I want to say one other thing. Whenever we were cutting this PVC product, we used a multi-tool with that kind of blade right there. That works just fine for cutting this, works really good. You get a nice clean line. Just take your time, go nice and slow, right on your line, and you'll be good. Can you use a jigsaw? Yeah, absolutely, you can use a jigsaw. Can you use a circular saw? Yes, you can use a circular saw with that one too, but it may chip it just a little more than what you would like. That's why a jig or this with the fine teeth in here will work as your best product. It may take you a little more time with this, but you're going to get a better line with this, okay? So that is a tip right there, to use the multi-tool whenever you're cutting all your corners and edges and stuff like that. All right, there you go. Oh, and I almost forgot. At the top, on the sides in the shower, on both sides of the shower, not the top, we're going to actually do caulk for that. It's a color matching caulk that goes with the Mop-I grout. It's a warm gray caulk that's going to go with a warm gray grout. I'll get it out right. All right, but on the sides of the shower and right across the top here is a trim piece. And there it is. Little trim piece, and it's just going to sit. It's got this nice edge here. There you go, nice edge, real clean. Gives you a nice clean finished look, and it goes in right behind as you're gluing this on. It goes in right behind it and sits right on top and gives you a perfect clean finish. You can cut this with a hacksaw or a bandsaw, something like that. That's going to work out just fine. But hacksaw, there you go. There's a cut piece right there. Nice and clean, hacksaw. All right. All right, so before we begin grouting, here's the list of things that you're going to need. Not much, right? So starting over here on the left, you're going to need the drill with the mixing bit on it. This is our grout, which is a Mop-I unsanded grout, and it is in the warm gray color. Same with the caulk right there. This is a color matched caulk. So these numbers, 93 and 93, will match up when you go to the store to get these. You're going to need a float. So that is the grout float. You'll see how to use it in a second. And a sponge for cleaning up afterwards. A bucket of water and a mixing bucket. Here we go. All right, so since this is a small job, not a lot, I'm just going to put half a bag in first just to see where we are. That should be enough just to finish the shower, and maybe enough to get this. We might have to use this whole bag, but I don't want to put the whole bag in and then not need it. I don't know. I just don't want to. So I'm giving myself a little bit of insurance, and we're just going to put in half a bag right now. Okay, a little more than half a bag. And this is what you gotta love about LVP floor, right? I can spill on it, it's not too bad. Hit it and drop stuff on it, doesn't show a dang thing. All right, so now we're gonna take just a little bit of water, throw in with it, and start mixing. So 1 liter of water per 10-pound bag. And since I didn't put all 10 pounds in here, I guesstimated on the water less than a liter. So I'm probably going to have to add more water, which is okay. Yeah, I want to add more water. And it says to mix for 3 minutes. 3. I don't know if you can see that, but it's like Greek yogurt, you know? Like a warm gray Greek yogurt. Not quite peanut butter, it's a little leaner than peanut butter. So one of the things that's going on here is I'm introducing a lot of air into the mix here, and that helps it out a lot. that helps with the color specifically. All right, that's looking pretty good right there. That's about what you want to have. Look, so you can see it'll almost pour out if I turn it. There we go. Does anybody else have to use readers trying to read the instructions? Age. Now you want to be real liberal with this right now. I'm just filling the cracks. Yeah, you can see it. And so I'm grabbing quite a bit here and I'm not trying to be chintzy with it. I'm trying to actually get as much as I can in here. And yeah, it's gonna be messy. Don't worry about that. It's gonna clean up, no problem. And I'm not going in any specific direction right now. I'm just trying to get it all in to those cracks and fill all those gaps, and we'll come back and clean everything up in a minute. Oh, I had a few chunks in there. That's the importance of mixing really well. I got a little chunk right there. So now, once you have all of the cracks covered with the grout, you're gonna get a clean bucket of water and a grout sponge and wipe and wipe and wipe and rinse and wipe and rinse and wipe and rinse over and over. And you're gonna need to do this several times, washing out, rinsing out the bucket as well, because the bucket's going to get fairly dirty doing this. I rinsed this bucket probably 3 times just doing the shower. All right, so after you wipe off the heavy stuff, basically the first coat of this, you're going to be left with stuff that looks like that. It's not perfectly clean. You can see all the kind of the smear marks and stuff like that from the sponge, but that's basically what it's going to look like after this first wipe down of just getting off a lot of the heavy stuff. Same with out here on the backsplash. You can see just a little bit of residue from the sponge, but this is an opportunity to find out where you missed. Now it's easier on this black hexagonal backsplash to find out where I missed. There's a few little spots in here if we get in here tight with the camera that you'll see that I missed. Now I'm not too worried about around the trim around the window, because that's going to be filled up with color matching caulk. But as we go over here See that? That didn't fill in quite like I wanted it to. And that's okay, like it right in there as well. So this is the opportunity to kind of backfill and go over with the sponge again. And you can just probably use your finger, just, you know, put some on your finger and slap it in the crack right there and just smooth it out. That's all you got to do. And then we'll come back around with the sponge another time. But you'll want to wash your bucket because you're gonna dirty that water 2, 3, 4 times possibly. All right, so after you have wiped this thing down like 693 times, it comes out like this. Looks pretty good. Now I've already caulked it as well. So we used a color matching caulk that matches up with the grout that I used, and caulked along, where's my finger? Along the bottom of this and around the window, all that stuff. And it matched up pretty nice here in the backsplash. Let's go take a look at the shower. So here's our shower. And same kind of situation. You just had to spray it down, wipe it down 600 times, get a nice little shoulder workout. But that's what it looks like. Came out great. You would never know that this is not tile. This is actually a PVC product for your shower and for your backsplash. And yeah, we grouted, or actually we siliconed around there, siliconed in the seam right here. Color matched it with not only the grout, but also the caulk in the seam and along the edges as well. Looks real good. It's a very clean looking finish.